Today we're going to debunk every argument for AI-generated music.
I hate AI-generated music, just have to say it before.
So it's all the rage. Everybody's talking about generating their own music without trying. This is totally a bogus way of making music. Starting with the first major argument that people make for AI music, it's a democratization of music making.
Many people talk about this, like now anyone in the world can make music. You don't need to have the money or the gear or the years that you invest to make music.
Or practice.
Or practice.
You don't have to practice at all.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Using AI to generate music is not creating because there's no agency. People confuse agency with access. What we're democratizing is not the agency of making music, we're democratizing the consumption of AI as a product that you pay for, okay? So prompting is not creating. There's no assimilation, there's no process, there's no agency over the process, there's no point of view. And the most important thing about making music is the point of view. I don't care if you don't have the gear. I don't care if you don't have the instruments. I don't care if you don't have 10 years of practice, but do you have a good point of view that you want to express? I'm interested in that. I'm not interested in a super well done, artificial recording. And that's the thing about AI music is that is an industrialized data-regurgitating machine. It's a mime. It's like a superpowered mime that imitates everything. It imitates imagination, but it doesn't possess imagination.
But all can use it, and all are able to accelerate their skills. It's the same as if I was like, hey, listen, I think I deserve to play in the Eastern Conference Finals. And so I'm going to use this, artificial enhancement so that I don't have to put in the years of work. I don't have to have the talent. I don't have the skills. It's not a substitute for the process. And the process is really where the gold is in music making.
This idea of democratization can become a decontextualized extraction. Just extract that music with no cultural grounds, with no depth, with no understanding of context, of society, of the world we live in. Is just purely an imitation of what could be called imagination.
Argument number 2, it's a technology. Why is this not just a technological tool that's been added to our toolkit?
To call AI a tool is already a mistake in my opinion, because tool and instruments are extenders of human intention. It always starts with a human point of view, with a human intention, a feeling of agency, and you use the tool to be more accurate or to facilitate some of those ideas, but it comes from the human, okay? AI substitute that with, again, a data output, probabilistic kind of processing. So this cannot be considered a tool. We're not users of AI, using AI as a tool. We are consumers of AI, and it's just ridiculous.
Now, what about this? 3, it can speed up the process. So it can take something that would take me weeks to write a song, and I can do it in seconds with a prompt.
It's true. You can get results really fast, but they are shitty results. Okay. Oh no, but they sound so great. Look at this, it's so well produced. Yeah, but I'm not talking about the final piece of art. The final piece of art doesn't matter that much. The point of view matters way more. The feeling of intention, the feeling of meaning. We are humans. We operate through biological meaning, not by just some veneer that you polish something.
Sure, you could speed things up, but you could also speed up writing your wedding vows and have an LLM do it. Ultimately, do you feel validated after you've done it? Or do you just feel like you've taken something?
No, there's no reward. There's no reward because there's no feeling of agency. Not even the people who invented the technology are completely sure how it operates. It's kind of unknown because it's all based on probabilistic outsets. It's not a buddy that you're talking to and discussing and who's coming with ideas and pushing back, or a producer that's gonna hey, listen to this record or listen to this. Why don't you change this note or not? So it only operates and regurgitates back the data, the stuff that already exists. So it's just derivative works after derivative works. Oh, but there's new stuff that you can create with AI. No, there's no new stuff that can create with AI because there's no human intention, meaning, point of view, idea, emotion, context, society, cultural ground for that. It's just meaningless imitation.
4, it can take us to new musical aesthetic territories. It can create sounds and ideas that we've never heard before.
So there's a philosopher called Walter Benjamin from the 1930s, okay, who used to write a lot about technology and art. And he used to say that like there are ways to see this world optimistically, with like the culture industry growing and helping spread more music to different people and spread messages. So if there's a piece of music or a piece of art that carries a good important message, that can be spread throughout, you know. At the same time, it can be very dangerous if this power falls in the hands of the wrong people. So I would say like there's something about this. Some people like to see it with certain optimism, but I think it's more problematic than that, especially when it comes to AI, because we're losing what Benjamin would call the aura. The aura is like the special feel that you get in a piece of art that is made by a real person. The sense of uniqueness, the sense of craftsmanship, that kind of feeling, the smell, something that feels like really unique, like eating a homemade food as opposed to like a Doritos bag in a 7-Eleven, you know? We think that we're free to create when you're using AI. You're not free to create. You're free to consume. The same way that you think you're free when you enter a 7-Eleven, you can choose any type of nacho that you want, you know? They're all the same, you know? There's a whole other universe with food that is real, homemade food. I like to see music the same exact way.
5, AI learns from human creativity, so it's still human in a way.
It's a different relationship to the past. We learn in conflict with the past, in friction, in anxiety with the past, because we are continuous of the story of what's happening. And I think AI is not really dealing with the past. AI is doing just probabilistic calculations and coming with like random combinations. It's a completely different thing.
And number 6, it's the problem solver for the blank page. I don't know where to start. It's going to start me right away.
Yeah, like if you have a creative block, what do? Oh, you can use AI to kind of generate an idea. I'm like, come on, are you really going to do that? Like if you're outsourcing your cognition to the machine, why are you even doing art to begin with? You know, if this was an assignment that you really don't want to do, sure. But like if this is something that means something for you, why are you going to do this? You know, imagine like your grandma is passing away in the hospital and it's the last time you're going to meet her, and then suddenly you come and ask Claude for a script of what to tell your grandma before she dies. Come on, you know, like this is not the type of experience it doesn't work with biological beings like ourselves, you know. So I think creative block is a real thing, but then it's important to go for a walk, do something different, you know, talk to a friend, or deal with the issue, deal with the fact that your mind is empty. Observe that. I don't know, you know, instead of simply like delegating everything to a service.
Henrique, you've got me convinced I'll never generate a song using AI.
Hey, but if you have a good argument against or pro, please let us know, because I'm going to be on the comment section just like destroying anyone who write anything pro AI.
Henrique's locked in on those comments, so jump on in. And until next time.